Hello everyone, welcome back to my double O gauge garden rail on a budget. Today I'm going to walk you through what I've been purchasing, so I've got in stock, ready for when the railway's being built. Here we go. So here we are in the shed. I'm going to show you one of the first things I brought, which was off of Amazon by evemodel, which are these street lights. Metal construction. You've got little plastic sliders there so you can adjust the height. They come with their own resistors for every single street lamp, but I'm not going to use that, and these aren't going to be used as street lamps either. I'm going to put them on the station platform that I'm going to build. That's the plan for these. Now I'll open these and we'll have a look at them. These weren't expensive. I think they were £15 for 10. A little instruction manual there on, get that in focus, little instruction manual on how to wire them up, which I think is quite handy for a cheap little product. So it's 3 volt AC or DC, 20 milliamp. Yeah, I think that'll come in handy. Now, this is what we really want to look at. Let's have a look at these. So yeah, £15 for 10 to go in your garden. It's not really a problem if they start rusting, is it? Because you could just buy another 10 and keep them spare. But I think they look pretty nice. Look at that. That's not bad. And obviously these are the bases for the street lamps. So you would drill for a piece of wood. That would go there. Dab a glue, I'd imagine, down the bottom, and that will hold it to whatever height you like. I quite like that. That's quite a good idea. Like I said, you get 10 in a pack. Is it 10? Yeah, you get 10 in a pack for about £15. And these were off of Amazon. Free delivery if you're Amazon Prime next day. So I'm going to take one out. Ooh. So each light is wired individually. You can see you've got 2 negatives, 2 positives. 2 negatives and 2 positives. So let's just see if we can get, one of these to work. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can get one light to light up, I suppose, should do the trick. Just hope we get the right earth. I know I should be using wire strippers, but I haven't got any in my shed, which is where we are at the moment. So side cutters do just the same job. There we go. A couple of bits of strand there. Like I said, I hope these are the right side. Now I'm going to grab one of the resistors that are supplied in the pack. I'm just going to crudely wrap it around the positive, very crudely, because this is only a quick demonstration, because I don't know if these work yet. So this is what I'd be doing if I wasn't videoing it, just to get an idea if it's going to work. Obviously you've always got to be careful when playing with electronics, because you don't know what's going to happen, especially if you've got to hold it together like I am at the moment. Where's my power supply? Okay, that didn't work. Where are we? There we go. Alright, broke off. Okay, so the wires are not great. The wires are not great. I probably should solder this together for a test really, but I'm trying to do it quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that together. I'm going to bring in my power supply. I'm going to put that in the centre and touch the negative on the outside. There we go, look at that. Got a street light. I think that's quite smart. Let me turn off my light. Plug in this one again. That's not bad, I don't think. I think that's quite a good brightness, to be honest, for a model railway. Yeah, quite like that. Lovely. Let's get the power supply back out of the way and the light back on. So, I think 5 of them on a couple of platforms, running at night, I think that would look quite pleasant, if you ask me, for £15. That really can't be bad, can it? I know it's cheap, but I was very surprised to find they're metal as well. I'm quite impressed with that for the price. So let's move these aside. Let's see what we got next. Next we have, now this says model lights as well. but these are a slightly different light. Again, these were off of Amazon. I think these were about £10 or £12. Many warnings on the front. No, not suitable for under the age of 14. This is not a toy, which is obvious because you're playing with electronics. 12 volt HOTT, so HO00, same sort of thing. I'm not fussed because it's going in the garden and they were cheap. So let's open them up. There we are. 5 signals, green and red. Can't be bad for about £12, can it? All to go in the garden again, you know. So you don't want nothing expensive in the garden, because if a cat jumps on it and it breaks, or one of the kids kick a football over there and they knock a signal off, well, for that price, it's not much of an issue, is it? It's not an issue. It's not an issue at all if one gets broken, which is why I've gone cheap. You know, I'd like the British ones. I think it's Train Tech that do some quite nice ones, but you know, when you start looking at £10 each, it's quite a lot of money. There we go. There's the signal. Oh, I don't think that looks too bad. If you paint this shaft here and the ladder, if you painted that grey and the back grey, might need to put a little bit of glue over there just to make it a bit more waterproof. But I don't know if these are plastic. Right, okay, so these are plastic. So it'll be interesting to see the comparison after a year or so in the garden between the plastic and the metal street lamps, see if they rust. But right, I think they look okay, especially to go in the garden. They look a good scale. I don't think I've got anything here. I've got a piece of track actually. Let's just have a look at a piece of track. There's a piece of track. Pop the signal next to the track. Yeah, I don't see why that's going to be a problem. So should we try this one? Oh look, this one's got the resistors pre-soldered onto the negative. That's good, we like that. So again, power supply. I'm going to pop that inside. Try and hold this, a bit fiddly. You should really solder all this together, but as I'm only testing it for the camera, there we go. Red light. That's not too bright actually. It looks quite bright in the camera, but it's not actually too bright. Should we try the green light? Let's try green. There we go, look at that. Fantastic. Oh, I'm quite impressed with that. Yeah. Right, should we see what else we bought? Slightly less interesting than the signals though. Let's have a look what we bought. I have a rather large tube. Now, this was off of eBay. And what's inside here is the extra track. I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of track there. I think I paid £45 for this plus postage for, let me see if I can count how many pieces we've got. See if we can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24. So there's 24 lengths of track there, and they're all a fair old size. You know, 24. So £45 for 24 pieces of flexi-track, Pico. I don't think it's too bad at all. Now, they are all used. Again, this is where the budget side of the railway comes in, you know. You've got the lights that are only £15 for 10 street lamps, and £12 for 5 signals, you know. I mean, you'd pay that for 1 signal in a model shop. I know they're slightly, probably better quality and they look more British. I think these ones here look more American. But it's going to do the job. It's going to serve a purpose of adding a bit of realism to the garden railway, as are these street lamps. I think these are going to make a bit of realism to the garden railway. Now, I have a plan for these. These are going to be wired up to solar panels, which are battery powered. So, you know, you get your cheap garden lights from various superstores. Take one of them apart, wire these street lamps into the solar panel and the battery that's involved, and then at night, these will automatically come on. So the moment it gets dark, you'll have a station that lights up. And also, I'm possibly going to wire in my own feed, so I can either switch between solar lighting or have it on myself. So if the light starts to dim slightly and I'm still running trains, I can pop these on myself instead of having to wait for the solar panel. Now, what else have we bought? Again, another big box. We have these, which are medium radius right hand. Now, these are brand new. I don't like second-hand points. They have a tendency to wear out. which is why I think a lot of people sell them on eBay, because I've had them before. I've bought points off of eBay, and you run a train over it. Not too bad going in, not too bad going straight on, but the moment you take that right curve, they sort of catch here. This is where they wear out, on that point here, and it just jumps off all the time. And I've learnt that mistake in the past. So I think if you're going to buy points, buy new. This is one set for the junction, as you can see, so the junction will curve off. We've got the long crossover, and I also have another free, but I've opened that as a sort of test for sort of where they're going to go in the garden and so on and so forth, just to have a look. I don't actually know where they are, to be honest. They might be in here. No, they're not. But this is another box, and this has these straights in, which is the R603. I think it's 670mm long, and there are quite a few of those. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so there's 7 of those, and then we've also got these, which are R601s, and as you can see in the box, there's quite a few of those. Let's count them up, because this was cheap. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17 pieces of 601s, which are the double straights. And there's 7 of these 603s. And they were off a Gumtree. Again, can't go wrong with Gumtree. It's fantastic as long as you're willing to go and get it. And these weren't far away from me. These were only in Worthing. And these were £35 off of Worthing. And a lot of it's brand new with fish plates. £35. So we've got, what, 12 of the double straights. I mean, they've got to be £3 each in a model shop, haven't they? So immediately you're up to 30 quid there. And then the 603s, they've got to be at least £6. £6 a piece in a model shop, and there's 7 of them. So, you know, why would you go to a model shop and pay brand new prices when, if you be patient and hunt around, you can get it off a Gumtree for a lot cheaper? We better put those back in there, haven't we? There we are. Pop them back in there. So I think that concludes everything that I've purchased at the moment, or as I would call it, it's in stock, ready to go. But these lights, I'm very impressed with these. I think these are very good. Very, very good. I mean, I've seen YouTube channel do a lot of stuff on, let's try and get that in focus, on evemodel. Now, they do have a website, but if you type in evemodel into Amazon, it comes up with all sorts of bits and pieces. It's very interesting. They do rolling stock and that, but I've seen some reviews on their rolling stock. Some of it's not too bad, but depending on how these lights go in the garden for a long time, I think they're going to be well worth the money, if you ask me. And they're quite a nice design as well. They're not, I don't know, there's just something about them. They just look quite nice, and they look quite well made as well. They're not flimsy, you know. They've got a little bit of movement in there, but they're not badly made. Well, it's not an issue, is it? Don't mind paying £15 for something like that, for 10 of them. That's just over £1 each. We like that. Right, so that's what we have in stock, and what I've paid, and where the sort of budget side of the railway comes in. So I'll try and keep you updated with everything that's going on. I am working a lot at the moment throughout May, but I do have a week off at the beginning of June, so I'm hoping to get some progress made on the railway, and I'll let you know sort of where we're going with it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you've got any questions or want to know where I got these from or something like that, you know, please don't hesitate to ask. Maybe you want to see a tutorial on how to wire them all up in a series or parallel or something like that, which I can quite easily do, but please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.